You know what, Mike? If you're a Philadelphia sports fan, it has been a crazy couple of months. And what the Flyers did a few years ago, they're trading Bonanza. And then you have the trade with the Phillies and the Eagles. I mean, they got some mad money they're going on with it. To me, Howie Rosen and Joe Banner are these guys that probably got picked on in school, some nerds. And now they've got some money and they can buy the chicks whenever. And they're going, hell no, we're not done.
They're doing
Watch this next trick.
They've been very decisive.
You want to be these guys' friends.
And I don't know how much Big Red has to do with it. I'm sure he plays a role in it too. But the Eagles really saw this opportunity that the new CBA and this short period of frenzied player activity was going to create, and did an unbelievable job of not only getting players, but getting players who address their specific needs, especially on defense.
I think Big Red, Andy Reid, is just like Lumpy Rutherford from Leave It to Beaver. He's just going along for the ride. These two nerds are carrying the load here.
He's got to have a role with it.
Oh, yeah. I like that one, Joe. That's a good one.
It's not hard.
Colin Jenkins. Oh, yeah.
It's not hard to like some of these guys that they've gotten, but very, very decisive about making something happen. The Eagles are pretty impressive.
We thought we were seeing the plan, we're following it, and they blew us away. We saw the trade come with Kevin Kolb. We got a cornerback in return in this area. I'm not trying to be the Philly fan, but okay. They get Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. Okay, we saw that coming. Then when they signed Jason Babin, okay, he worked with Washburn. That makes sense. They get the defensive end. With a short season, I thought that made a lot of sense. He's the only one that knows the system that's in place, okay?
Right.
Nami Asamoah, practice that one, Mike. That one blew my mind away because I was watching my little Twitter account and everybody was saying Jets and Cowboys, and out of the blue, nobody saw it coming. They get him, and it didn't make sense from the standpoint you already had Asante Samuel, and now you had Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie here. But if they keep all three, that's what Green Bay had, was three good corners.
Yeah. And you start to become a team that can play, God rest his soul, Jim Johnson style defense, where you can get after the quarterback because you can trust your cornerbacks to cover. And this Asamoah is, by all appearances, one of the best players in the NFL, regardless of position. And I'm starting to learn an extraordinary young man too, which I hope I'm going to get to write about this week when I go up to Bethlehem to training camp. But when you can, it's almost like if you can get a guy that good, forget about need or position, go get him.
You make it fit, and hopefully we're going to have a couple stories from you in Sunday's paper, so check it out. But the thing is, if it doesn't work, they can trade Asante Samuel. What a guy to trade! He's a Pro Bowler last year. He's known. He has a knack for getting interceptions.
Yeah. Certainly
if you keep him, keep him happy, make him feel wanted. The guy's getting $5 million this year. How much more do you have to show that you're appreciated?
And yesterday he was mouthing off.
Yes.
Yesterday he showed up at training camp for the first time. Mouthed off a little bit about how if they don't want a playmaker, they can go ahead and trade him. Well, maybe trading you is what will have to happen if you don't lighten up a little bit.
They could still use a veteran linebacker, and they got a bunch of young guys, but it's shaping up well. Colin Jenkins on the D line from the Packers. I like the Packers. I like the Eagles, Mike. So when a Packer leaves, I want him to go to the other team.
That's another good one.
He's a really good one. Yeah. He's injury prone, but in 11 games last year, he had 7 sacks, and he can play inside and out. They're going to use him a little more inside, but this guy's a beast. He can move a line. They haven't had anybody that can really move a line since, Corey Patterson, Jerome Brown.
Wow.
But you know what? They got Vince Young. They've got a guy, Higgins, from the Raiders, who's a receiver, a short guy, but he is a great punt returner. And that one flew under the radar. Donald Lee, a tight end from the Packers, a backup. Veteran guy who last year had very few catches, like 11, but the years before was 37, 38, 40. Another great guy to bring in here. And they got a lineman from the Bengals, which can play anywhere on the line of scrimmage. He's one of these Howard Mudd type guys that he's athletic, quick. So I really like some of the moves they've been putting together.
The big picture here is we've talked a lot about teams going all in. Well, that's clearly what this is. The Eagles are going all in, and this year or next, it's Super Bowl or bust. I think for Andy Reid in Philadelphia, for his future in Philadelphia, but also just for this bunch of guys. They're all in right now.
It's about time.